Red Shoes Billiards. One pocket. What else can I say? Are we live yet? Is the mic on? Oh, thank you. One pocket of Red Shoes. It doesn't get any better than this. Not a lot to say. We got local hero Sergio playing against Will Freeman from Southern Illinois. Will's having an excellent tournament. So is Sergio. They're playing in the finals for the final of the winter bracket for the hot seat. A lot of good players here at this tournament. There's about 28 players came in from all around the Midwest. We got Ike Runnels here. He just got eliminated by Jet Johnson. Okay, Mr. Freeman is breaking the balls first. It chooses to break on your screen in the right corner pocket. It hit a little full and scratched it in the corner pocket. He was fortunate he didn't leave any shots that Sergio can make right off. But with ball in hand, Sergio might be able to move some of these balls from his opponent's side of the table to the other side. Tommy Karabotsos is here, local player from Chicago, and plays straight pool really well. One pocket is a game that I've recently taken up, and I really like the game. I'm starting to appreciate the nuances of playing one pocket well. A lot of patience to this game, a lot of maneuvering. The game was designed to beat players that can run 100 balls that shoot straight. That's the whole reason it was designed, to beat those players by outmaneuvering them. So if you don't shoot quite as straight as somebody, you can definitely make up for it playing one pocket. Sergio tried to drop him behind the 11 ball there. Would have been a much more powerful shot if he would have. A lot of shots in one pocket early on. You're just taking a pass, feeling out your opponent, and seeing what he might do. Normally, when you're answering the break, you try to do something to move as many balls over to your side as possible. You might take a few chances to turn the break around. And the idea is to keep the advantage from the break if you are the breaker. In a lot of pool games, people are told, you play the pool table. When you're at the table, it's just you and the table. Your opponent has nothing to do with it. One pocket is constantly you're playing your opponent. Your leaves have to be tailored to what your opponent's weaknesses are. If he doesn't bank it, you leave him a bank. If he shoots straight, you don't leave him a straight shot, an easy straight shot. Your opponent is a constant thing on your mind because you got to know your opponent, know how he's going to answer your shot. And that's something you always think about. Here we have Sergio would like to leave him long, put some by his pocket. He's liable to bank this ball straight back and go 3 rails behind the rack. Sergio's a very good 3-cushion player, and a lot of times he can get away with that. He didn't cut the bank enough, so he ended up knocking a ball toward his hole, but his cue ball speed was so good that it's hard to sell out if you leave the cue ball on the rail that close to the pocket. Will Freeman, I do know a little bit about this guy. I've seen him play 10-ball on a bar table. He beat some good players at the Carom Room in Beloit, Wisconsin, in a $100 entry fee, $2,000 added event that brought out players like Jesse Bowman and Larry Neville. And, I played in the tournament, and I actually beat Jesse Bowman my first match and didn't get in the money somehow. And Jesse ended up 3rd in the tournament. So when I play good, I play real good, but I can't keep it up. Well, Will finished 5th, 6th in the tournament, so he played real solid. He beat Larry Neville in the tournament, and he had a nice finish. It looks like he plays one pocket pretty well also. Again, Sergio has, 1 ball in play on his side of the table, the 9-ball. But if he were to get a shot at the 9, he can position himself behind balls that, possibly get a good 5-6 ball run. Will, knowing this, he would like to get the 9 out of there, but he's choosing a kick at the 5-ball. He has no shot to move the 9. He went rail first. I don't believe he got a rail. He's going to owe a ball because no ball contacted a cushion after contact. It's very important when you're playing a legal shot that after contact, 1 ball goes to the rail, at least 1 ball, either the cue ball or an object ball. Sergio's looking through the rack. He's able to see the 12-ball, which is the closest ball to the pocket for Will. And when he was kicking, he didn't want to do this, leave the 12-ball. You always want to protect the balls close by your pocket. Sergio might have to massage a little bit to hit the 12-ball. Sometimes if you're just slightly hooked by a ball, you can play a little jump shot, jump over the edge of the ball. Let's see what he does. And the reason Sergio hit it that hard was he wanted to protect the straight back on the 2-ball. But his angle was too close toward the center table, and he left Will a cut shot. And Will has an excellent eye for shots like this. He won't hesitate to shoot it. And he was fortunate there. He ran into a couple balls on the rail and didn't sell out. Well, Sergio can bank this ball toward his pocket, but if your cue ball is going up table where you're selling out, it's not that good. A lot of times he might just bank it to his side of the table, knock some balls over the way he just did and try to leave him behind some balls on the rail. I think Will's going to try to go off the edge of the ball and drop down behind the 2 balls. That's an excellent shot. It doesn't look like much, but he puts Sergio in a bad position here. It would have been really strong if he had a ball a little closer to his pocket. Once again, Sergio's a good billiard player. He's going to go off the edge of the ball. and just slide across at least to the center of the table is what he'd like to do. Shoot. Again, Sergio was able to answer that easily because there was no ball close to Will's pocket, close enough to be a huge threat. At this point, Sergio's got a couple of different moves he can do. He'd like to take a ball away from his side of the table if he can, like the 14. But here he's just going to stop the cue ball on the rail and knock a couple more balls over to his side of the table. As you see, the score is 0-0, but Sergio has in effect turned the break around at this point and made it where he's at least in as good position as well. The idea in one pocket is to stay a move up on your opponent, and he's constantly knocking balls away from your pocket rather than knocking them into his. Once again, Sergio, perfect speed there, left him on the rail where he can't knock the ball away from the pocket without possibly selling out. Looking over here, Sergio's looking at the froze ball on the rail if he can bank it cross corner. The important thing is, where's your cue ball going? He would love to shoot the shot if he can freeze them behind the one ball that's out there. Again, he doesn't figure to sell out. Sergio again is trying to leave him straight on the ball. He didn't this time, and if you notice, Will's able to knock it away. The one thing about leaving the ball down here in the short rail behind the balls is what's happening here is you're allowing the opponent to knock balls down the table. If he moves a lot better than you when the balls are at the other end of the table, you don't want to keep leaving them down here. You'd rather leave them up the table somehow where he can't be knocking balls all the way up table each time. Again, Will made a nice shot because he froze Sergio to the rail, which makes it hard to knock a ball away without leaving a possible cross corner here. The reason Sergio's taking time, now he's jacked up, he wants to draw back to the bottom rail himself. This time his cue ball is well off the bottom rail, which allows maneuverability for Mr. Freeman. Having talked briefly to Will, I found out he's a very nice guy. He's a knowledgeable pool player. He's been around the tournament circuit, of which I haven't been doing a lot of tournament touring. Been busy opening up pool halls in Chicago. I've opened up 5 places. I'm in between locations right now, but I'm looking to do the World Series of Pool which was invented, and we founded with my partner Dan Villalobos to increase pool play in the Chicagoland area. We're going to be having local tournaments at 6 area pool halls where we have a weekly 10-ball handicapped event, and I handicap all the players I can in Chicago. I've handicapped over 300 players already. And if you go to one of these locations to play, you know what your handicap's going to be. First time I've heard of anybody doing that with handicaps where people can just go any location and put up their entry fee and know they have a real chance to win. I have a fine pool player from Chicago sitting next to me over here, Angel, and I remember there was an Angel Paglia, another Angel. Did you ever meet Angel?
I know her well. Angelina Paglia, yes.
And what happened to Angelina? Is she still playing pool?
She is.
'Cause I thought she was an up-and-coming player. It seemed like she was hanging out with Jeanette Lee for a while, and that has to improve your game.
WPBA, yeah.
First game, no score. Again, we do not promote gambling at any of the pool tournaments, but one pocket players. The game is kind of designed to bet something.
Like golf.
Just like golf, if the tree falls down, it doesn't make any noise if no one's around to hear it. Apparently, at the pool hall. Okay, Will Freeman, they're knocking all the balls up table. Again, this game will go to whoever banks good speed on a slow straight backs and whoever doesn't sell out. Sergio on his side of the table, he's got a couple tied up balls that he wants to move, even though they're on his side of the table. You got to at least open them up. So now he's got 2 balls to go. Will's looking for something to bank up toward his pocket. He can't, so he's going to try to leave him on the end rail again. And you see, a foot off the end rail allows Sergio a little bit of chance to maneuver. I don't recommend any straight back shot because bank lanes are not open. A lot of times balls are in the way of the bank lane, like the 2 ball is blocking the 8 from coming back, and the 11 ball. If it was just the 2 ball, you could bank the 8. If it was just the 11 ball, you could bank the 8. But having both sides tied up doesn't allow you to manipulate that bank in any way using English or different speeds to manipulate the bank angle. Again, a lot of people don't know. When you are shooting at banks, speed is a huge factor along with English on how the bank will react off the cushion and how you change angles and manipulate angles. I always recommend when I'm teaching pooling in the Chicagoland area to any of my students when they're hitting bank shots to hit them all about medium speed, medium hard actually. This way you're getting the same effect off the cushion every time you shoot it.
Is it live to you students.com?
Right now it's live. You're talking live to me. I have Steve Jankovic here, former one-pocket player in Chicagoland area. And Steve has been gone for about 12 years from the circuit. He's playing poker, because it seems like poker players, pool players, golfers, we're all the same in terms of you can play any one of those things and you're still hanging out with the guys, the camaraderie, you can win a little money in a tournament, a lot of money in a golf tournament, a lot of money in a poker tournament these days. Pool is lacking behind badly at this point for making money. So, players find other things to occupy themselves. A lot of them have jobs or they're playing poker or something else these days. The top players, of course, can make a little bit of living playing pool, but you're doing lessons, exhibitions, you're looking for sponsors all the time. You might have half a dozen sponsors so you can go to a tournament and make a living. Nice double bank by Sergio, who's got very good speed. He hit it hard enough to pocket the ball, which a lot of people fail to do. They're always hitting that ball a little bit short. Sergio did it. He had good pocket speed on it. And again, you see, you want to fall straight in on this ball on this bottom rail because your opponent has trouble knocking it away from the pocket if you're straight in. Sergio's going to spin it up table from below the ball. The object ball wasn't frozen, so he was able to go rail first and kick it off the rail. If it would have been close to the rail, of course, he was unable to do that because you'd be shooting in your opponent's pocket trying to go rail first. Will, realizing that the 14 ball was a powerful ball from him, all he wanted to do was put Sergio at the other end of the table and keep him from seeing the 14. And it looked like a simple shot, but very effective. Now Sergio's got to put his cue ball behind the 14, and it's a nice little speed shot which Sergio hit very well. He actually left him close to the 14 where he almost has to shoot his own object ball away from the pocket. He shot it away and right back there with a straight back. He hit it very well. But why bother to shoot the ball away from your pocket if it's already there? You would have been better off kicking at a ball or massing and hitting the 8 ball a little bit. Because as good as Will hit that, Sergio was able to knock it away. So Steve, did you get to play with Sergio at all? I know he started hanging around Chicago right about the time when you were playing pretty good pool.
Yeah, we did play just like maybe about a year before I stopped playing pool. We battled that out a few times. He's a very good player and it looks like he's playing a lot better than he used to.
Yeah, Sergio definitely improved his game over the years, and he's got to be one of the best one-pocket players in Chicago.
Well, he played a lot of billiards, and that helps. That helps a lot. When a lot of carry shots, a lot of kick shots.
Excellent speed on the straight back by Will Freeman. Will comes from an area where they play a little bit of bank pool. Southern Illinois, Kentucky area. Shot a nice 2-rail bank there. Again, he had good speed on it, enough speed to make the object ball. Something pointed out to me earlier by my colleague Freddie Bednavegna, who is at home sleeping by now.
Is that? I think it's on. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, put it on. Sergio has perfect lag speed on this shot where you're not leaving a cross corner if you miss it. It's one of the things that it's hard to figure out in one pocket, how to make a thin cut like that and be that accurate to just lag it up by your pocket. guys that don't play a lot of one pocket, they hit that with a different speed, usually harder, and if they miss it, they leave a cross corner each time. Nice little spin shot by Sergio. Looks like he fell
got the
onto
five
a
ball.
shot on the 5 ball. I find Sergio improved his 8-ball game is very strong, and also he plays good 9-ball, 10-ball. So all the games help each other. Bank pool, 3-cushion billiards is very important. I've never seen a top professional player that didn't have a good handle on 3-cushion billiards, where they can at least run 5, 6, maybe 8 as a high run. Nice kick shot away from the pocket, good speed. Sergio has to deal with the 2 being slightly in the way of the straight back. Otherwise, it's not bad because the balls are hard to fall behind when they're that far near the rail. And Sergio's just going to hit the nearest ball nice and soft. See if Will fires this cross corner. It's a thin cut on a tough cross corner, but he shouldn't be selling out anything to Sergio. He opted to leave him back down on that rail with very good speed where he almost froze him. Again, a good shot if Sergio didn't have so many balls that he can roll up onto.
This is still the first game, right?
Yeah, still the first game. Sergio's ahead in the game, 3-0.
And all the balls are up the table, and it's going to take a long time for this match.
Yeah, if you don't play a lot of one pocket, you get very frustrated with the balls up at the other end of the table. And a good player will one you to death like real quickly should you lose your patience here.
You just got to make one ball at a time, that's all.
You have a lot of players that play one pocket that I call risk averse. They hate to take chances where they might sell out, and they can't wait to knock the balls to the other end of the table so they can shoot them in one at a time and not worry about selling out more than one ball. So those kind of players, you want to stop them before they can get all the balls to the other end of the table. And a good way to do it is just leave them alone where they can't keep knocking balls up to the other end. You don't want to leave them below the rack where they can get the balls up the table quickly. Beautiful straight back there with position. He made a free shot out of it. He hit it so nice. I told you these guys from Southern Illinois can bank the balls. Left-handed player, plays with a glove. Good speed at the cross corner. He wasn't afraid of hanging that ball up. He had pocket speed. His best chance to make the ball. Again, this last shot, he shot it hard, which doesn't make any sense. When you're shooting a straight back like that, you want to hang it up in your pocket. He hit it hard enough to come back down the table, and now he left Sergio across corner. Will over the ball, he's spotting the ball. So he's giving Sergio a chance to cut a ball in the corner pocket. Sergio knows that you can cut this ball from out of the pocket in the corner. So if you're in the center of the table, it's really not that hard. You should be able to come close to making the ball.
And he got lucky.
Sergio got lucky leaving Will behind the 5 ball where he can't see the ball that he just knocked over to his table. Then he got unlucky because he pocketed the 12 ball, I believe, or the 15.
12.
And the 12 ball gets spotted. Now we might see if Will likes rolling these balls in the pocket, because that's the only way you're going to get safe is if you roll it in and hang this ball in the pocket. If you don't hit it well at a slow speed, you're going to leave it cross corner. Seemed like a little hard. And he was lucky he hit the 10 and hooked Sergio.
And he's got the 3 ball.
But he left the cross corner if he wouldn't have did that, just like I called. Sergio's got the 3 or the 2 straight back. If you shoot the 2, you might be able to freeze onto the balls that are next to it. But he'd have to worry about a double kiss.
And if he shoots the 2, he might leave the guy the 7 ball.
Yeah, I can't believe he's not shooting this 3 ball here. He's just going to pocket a ball in the corner pocket and try to jack him up. It would have been a better shot if he would have pocketed the 6 ball. There would have been one more ball that he would have had to protect against. He was trying to hit that ball a little fuller, and he hit it that thin. The cue ball came up the table, leaving Sergio a possible cut shot. Sergio doesn't like cutting this 10 in because he's going to come close to the scratch in the side pocket. But yeah, he's definitely going to shoot at it. You got to manipulate the angle a little bit, maybe with inside English, and come back across the table. Sergio likes these English shots pretty well. He opted to open the angle and go past the side pocket, leaving himself a longer shot, but he didn't scratch, and that's really the most important thing on that shot. Again, Sergio's thinking about that bank, but he's not going to shoot at it. This time Sergio pockets the 6 and leaves him jacked up over the 9. Now if Will tries to knock this ball away from the spotted ball away, he's going to have to shoot at it jacked up. I don't like doing that. This should be a free shot. Bank this cross corner. Coming back, you can't scratch. He made a nice shot too. But he left it on Sergio's side of the table, so I'm not sure how much he accomplished there. Sergio again, and he's going to kill you with distance, make you shoot uncomfortable shots, shot after shot. And again, he's putting it on Sergio's side of the table. Was shooting out of the jaws, ended up scratching, giving Sergio a ball in hand with a good chance to run a minimum of 2 balls here. Sergio gets a nice angle on the 8, he could come back, get behind those 2 balls on the side rail, you know, the 5 and the 12. Again, you take an angle, you try to get straight on the shot. This way, just in case you happen to miss that shot, you're not sulling out. Okay, he's got a choice here. He can spin it with left-hand English and go 2 rails, or he can follow it with inside English and go 1 rail straight down. Either way, to play position on these balls, you're going to come close to scratching. So you saw he was very careful there not to put enough English on it to spin into the corner pocket. By moving that ball off the side rail, he definitely opened up the angle for the bank shot straight back. And Sergio, unlike Will, hit the straight back with good speed to leave him by his pocket in case he misses. Sergio leads the first game of the hot seat match.
7-1, right?
Looks like 6-1.
7.
7-1.
So it is one
It's got to
ball.
be 7-1 because there's only 7 balls on the table. Again, it seemed like Sergio got the best of this, leaving the balls on the back rail, even though Will made an excellent straight back and ran 3 balls. Sergio put the clamps down after that. A little kick away from the short rail. You don't want to hit it too hard. He banked across corner, played position for the 7, sold out the 7 ball to Will. The ball's that close to the rail, you can get behind it and leave an angle for your opponent just that easily. So you have to be careful when you're shooting, any shot where you're going to run into balls. Jacking up, drawing, not good enough. Left Sergio a shot at the 3 ball near his pocket, but I would shoot the 11 ball into the pocket because you're still leaving the guy long if you miss, and you'll definitely have 2 balls rather than just the 1 ball. Yeah, bad shot by Sergio. Leaving a cut. He's going to go cross table and leave himself across corner. I believe he would have liked the bigger angle. This way he could have moved his cue ball back to the end of the rail. He had to tighten up, and he doesn't have a good shot at a straight back. Where if he would have had a different angle on that cross corner and been more careful, could have put himself in a good position to shoot the straight back. Now he's in defensive mode only. Sergio has 5 balls on his side of the table. He needs 1 ball. Very hard for Will to run out here. You'd like to put 1 ball at a time in play and just wait for Will to make a mistake here. Sergio went for the straight back. He hit it awfully good. Slower speed, the table would have drifted, the ball would have drifted right into his pocket. We're very well struck, but you ended up giving up a cross corner. That's, usually a good shot like that ends up leaving your opponent a cross corner. You have to have good pocket speed and a straight back. If you're playing a guy that banks excellent lag speed to his pocket, he's never leaving you those cross corners. Makes it real hard to beat.
Yep, there you go again. 14 to 2 rails.
Yeah, Steve, I think you're right here. 2 rail shots, not bad. You're going to drop the cue ball down to the short rail, the bottom rail, leaving a long shot. You got to worry about hitting that ball on the side rail and putting it into play. So you got to make sure you cut this thin enough when you're shooting the shot. to scratch the corner. Looks like it's going in. Yep. First game, Sergio. As the viewers at home just saw, the two-rail off-angle bank toward your pocket there is a powerful shot because you're leaving the cue ball on the end rail and lagging the ball toward your pocket. I know it's an off-angle. You don't have to make it, but you keep knocking it near your pocket with good pocket speed. Some of them are going to drop in.
Plus, it's a free shot.
That's the most important thing. You know, good speed on those shots, you make a free shot out of them. Sergio wins the first game. Now he's got the break. Sergio's going to break to the same pocket that he was just shooting into because he knows that's the most favorable pocket. We call it the good pocket in one pocket terminology. That's the good pocket, the one that's
sucks in the balls.
The pocket that sucks in the most balls. That's the good pocket. Just saw a long-time area pool player, Tommy Berlino. He's matched up and he's playing somebody on the other table. He's playing Watusi Slim. These guys probably known each other over 30 years. And I don't know if either one of them knows how the other one really plays.
1-0, yeah.
1-0, Sergio. Match is 1-0. Sergio broke. Powerful break. Froze the ball on the side rail at about the third diamond, not allowing for any easy cross corners. Or any easy kick shot at the 5-ball. That's actually a pretty nice shot from Will because he went down, didn't leave the 5 and didn't leave the cross corner on the 3-ball. When we went down a little further, we gave Sergio a free shot where he can put the cue ball in the stack or run into an object ball and bank the 3 cross corner. Again, Sergio has some balls by his pocket, so all he has to do is try to leave Will down the table here. You must be careful you don't sell out, any goofy shots if there's a dead ball in the rack. Sergio's going to leave him down the table. It looked like he thinned the 5-ball. Yeah. Now what Will would like to do is put a ball on his side of the table so Sergio just can't keep knocking balls on his side and leaving them down there. It's a good idea. Hit the object ball a little bit full on the carom and knocked it up for a cross corner, which ended up making the shot nowhere near as good as what it could have been. Sergio hit the cross corner pretty well. Good speed on the ball. He hung it up. Will has no play but to pocket the ball here. Will try to move balls by his pocket. He wanted to shoot that 5 a little bit rail first into that object ball, but he cut it in perfect. Followed 2 balls in for Sergio, giving Sergio 2-0 lead. In the ball count, the match score is 1 for Sergio, 0 for Will Freeman. Sergio's last name?
Perez. Perez. Sergio Perez.
Yeah, I've known Sergio for about 15 years now, and I never. Everybody calls him Sergio, but it's Sergio Perez. My best friend growing up in high school was Ismo Perez. We used to call him Ish. He was Puerto Rican. I believe Sergio's Mexican, though.
Yeah, he is.
My friend Ismo came from a big family. There was 7 kids in his family. His mom cooked enough rice and beans to feed an army. And I got to eat a lot of the native foods. His mom didn't even speak any English, give you an idea of how first generation my friend was. And I got to eat a lot of the pateles and different Puerto Rican foods, and a lot of rice and beans. Again, we'll put a ball by his side of the table, but it allowed Sergio a shot just to return and knock it back on his side. And Sergio has 4 balls on his side of the table. If he gives Will a funny shot, Will won't be able to knock balls away. He didn't, though. It allowed Will a chance to bank the object ball into the short rail and knock 3 of the 4 balls away from the pocket. Another nice thing Will did was he protected against leaving a cross corner. Looks like Sergio's shooting a 2-rail bank. It hit at excellent speed in English to shorten the 2-rail angle that much. Put him right back in a tricky situation. Will has a straight back here, but not a lot of angle to get to the other half of the table, unless you hit it perfect like
Which
that.
he did. There should be a reward for that shot, and there wasn't.
Yeah, you should have gotten position on the ball near the pocket at least, some kind of reward for a beautiful shot. Now Will's going to play aggressive here and shoot this combination. No. He had a pocket, cut it right in. Worst case scenario is what he got. He's got only a shot at the 3 ball, nothing else opened up. He could have opened up 4 or 5 balls and had a big run there.
11?
Drop down to the ball all the way on the short rail so he can have an inside angle, which allows him to bank the 11 cross corner. Excellent pocket speed. Would have been even closer if it didn't hit the rail 3 or 4 times there. When the object ball hits the rail, there's friction involved, and it will slow down the ball very quickly. Once again, these players are playing for the hot seat of Red Shoes Billiards, Alsip, right near Chicago, Illinois. Red Shoes, a great pool room. Host John Lavin, Johnny Zaxis. These guys have a beautiful room here where it's definitely a player's room for the better players in Chicago.
Oh man, what did he do there?
It's kind of
Getting
weird
wild.
shot. He hit it hard enough to come back to his side of the table, 4 rails. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 rails it out. But if he didn't sell out the 6 ball, he's very fortunate.
give up anything when he misses. That's for
Sergio
sure.
spun the ball. He was up close to the ball. A lot of times you can put maximum spin and throw on an object ball when you're that close to it. Sergio overdid it a little bit, but he he hit it at a speed where he wasn't playing position and he wasn't trying to leave a shot either. Will being a lefty, he's going to have trouble stretching for this shot if he tries to cut the 10 ball in. Doesn't seem like he's real anxious to go get a bridge and shoot that shot. It's not a bad shot because the one ball is sticking out. If you could only get one ball, it would be terrible to shoot at. But the fact that you can play position on another ball and maybe go on from there makes the shot viable. Will can bank this ball across corner again. It's not a bad shot in terms of you would get a lot of balls, but with 6 ball hanging, you're probably going to lose the game at this point. Will did the sensible thing and knocked in the 6 ball, protecting the 1 ball from a cross corner bank. And Sergio does not have an easy shot here. If you're in a position where you don't have a good opportunity to be aggressive, a lot of times you just take a pass and a shot, thin a ball, put them on the end rail. Maybe you get a shot next time. Or a better position where you can do something. That's what Sergio opted to do, and he did leave him close enough to the rail to make it difficult on Will to protect everything. Looks like Sergio's up 4-3. There's 8 balls on the table. He leads the match 1-0, and the ball count 4-3. It was a combination straight back where he stopped the cue ball, and the speed was absolutely perfect. Excellent shot. Now Sergio, a lot of times you get in this type of a position, Sergio realized that Will had left the ball and he failed to pick up all his balls, and he was a gentleman and he gave Will the ball.
Try to take out that ball with the cue ball?
I think he's just banging the 10 cross corner and leaving him on the end rail. This way, in case you miss, you're leaving a long combination. This is one that Sergio kind of wishes he might have not made. Again, the only thing I see is Sergio cutting this 15 toward his pocket and trying to go in below the 1 ball at a slow speed and leaving the cue ball on the side rail. And he doesn't really have a good angle for that. If you make the ball, you're going into the 11 rather than the 1 ball. If he had the cue ball closer toward the center of the end rail, he could go back to that 1 ball. So now he's going to shoot. It looks like he's shooting the 2, and try to leave him back on the side rail. Didn't quite put enough English on it to get below the 1, but his speed was absolutely perfect, and I don't believe Will can cut this ball in. Although you might really have to think about attempting it when you got the 8 ball as side rails. You don't have to cut it full. You can hit it off the 8 ball and still make it. I think a 2-rail bank on the 11 ball put in by your pocket might be the shot, but you have to leave Sergio on the end rail because position off that ball might be a little bit too easy. And the worst thing you can do is break up the cluster of 3 balls because then you might be giving up 4 balls in the game to Sergio. He only needs 4. Just like I said, you don't want to break up that cluster like that. And Sergio, I'm going to be interested to see what he does here. If he's going to shoot the 2 ball and try to play position, or shoot a ball into the 2 ball. The best shot to shoot into the 2 ball is the 8 ball because you can draw it back to the side rail for three more shots. The only thing that's bad about this shot, you got to hit it good enough to make the 8 ball in order to pocket the 2 because the 2 is pretty deep in the pocket. If it was sticking out a little more, it would be a lot easier. This is one time having the 2 ball close to your pocket. Again, it looks like the 2 ball to me, but I was told it is the 4 ball that's actually sticking in the pocket. And again, Sergio goes rail first, trying to get behind the 4 balls. A more practical shot, which wasn't going to lose the game for him. He hit the ball a little full, and he wasn't able to come up behind the balls there. But it's very easy for him to knock the strong ball, the 7 ball, away from the pocket. Came out a little bit too far, might have left it straight back in the 8, or let him see the 7, which he just knocked to his side of the table. Will kicked the ball, got a good break there. He hit the 1 ball from Sergio. So you can't take that ball that's the most pressing away from your opponent's pocket. Anytime you got a powerful ball near your pocket, you try not to let your opponent see that ball to knock it away. Here you go. Sergio may be playing a billiard off the ball. He's just, smart. Takes a pass, seeing if he can get a better position on the next shot to play something more aggressive. Sergio did leave the cue ball on the rail, limiting Will's option to how he can maneuver this cue ball easily, making it a much tougher shot.
You going limbo?
Rail shot in your pocket. When you're shooting that 3-railer, you just want to hit it hard enough to hang it in your pocket. You're really, if you get good at speed on that shot and you start getting close to hanging it, leaving it within a diamond of the pocket on each side rail, within a half diamond of each side rail. If you keep doing it over and over, eventually you learn exactly where to hit it to make it on the particular table that you're playing
Tires
in.
all straightened out.
Once you start leaving 3 or 4 of those 3-railers close, eventually you learn where the pocket is in the 3-railer. Sergio's going to bank the 7, probably fall into the 1. He's sold out there. Nope. He might have gotten lucky. This is very easy to foul the ball. It's hard to get your cue stick out of the way if you're cutting this ball in. It'll take a little jab stroke with a spin. Very nicely done. Again, Will was worried about getting his cue ball, was about double hitting the cue ball and didn't reach the 1 ball to the pocket. Sergio's gladly going to give him a ball here. slight break in the action and delay from Will because he knows how important his shot is. He wants to protect all the balls that are close by his pocket, and he try to figure out a way he can do that without having Sergio move more than one ball away. Sergio can bank the 7-ball away 2 rails, but he's got to hit it awfully good and drop down at a short rail and protect straight back on the 8-ball, or where exactly he's putting the 7-ball. So Sergio again, he's taking a pass, seeing if he can give a better shot next time. Leaving Sergio about the same shot, and Sergio doesn't really have a cross corner to knock back his pocket. He's looking at the 2-rail bank on the 1. If he can protect his cue ball from leaving the 7 straight in and move down table, the 2-rail bank's not bad. He protected against leaving the 7, put the 9-ball in a good enough position that Will cannot bank this ball cross corner. It's frozen. He's going to have to look to knock it away and protect against leaving it cross corner. Will's looking at cutting the 11 in. If you cut the 11 in, actually, it's not a bad shot. You should go 1 rail into the 9-ball. Getting opted to be a little more cautious, deciding this is not the time to be aggressive. The score is 5-5. He's behind in a match. Why shoot a shot that you can lose the match and you don't have to win? Sergio, on the other hand, he was real aggressive in his shot, and he was fortunate to pocket a ball which spots up, tying up one of the balls, where making it where Will can make 1 ball, and he's going to have to make an excellent position shot to drop his ball to the lower rail so he can bank the 15-ball cross corner. Might be able to go into the 2 balls that are spotted. Looks like the speed was very good. An aggressive shot by Sergio might have put his opponent on the hill at 7-5. Yep. I think a 3-rail shot isn't bad here, but you're putting 1 more ball on this side of the table, where should Sergio make something, he could run all 3 of them. Yeah, lucky kiss there. He didn't leave Sergio a whole lot. See what Sergio does here. Sergio can bank this ball straight back, and he's probably not going to travel all the way to the other side of the table and leave an easy shot at a 9. So if he can put the 8-ball close, it's not a bad shot. Myself, I like banking the 9 straight back and coming across the table on a real thin hit. You should beat the kiss here. And, you're getting the ball away from your opponent's pocket. You need all 3 anyway. Again, Sergio's taking the first choice. He's going to lag this ball by his pocket. Yeah, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I got my pockets confused there.
Yeah.
just drove 15 hours, 14 hours from New Jersey. I was playing in the World Straight Pool Championship. I got in late last night with just a little bit of sleep. I had to come and show my support for one pocket in Chicagoland. Will's going to try to clear the pocket as long as you do what he did and now make the ball. You probably got a good chance to move him away from that side. Sergio's down in a bad spot. His opponent has 3 balls on his side of the table, and it doesn't look like he has a good chance to move more than one of them away at a time. Possible 3-rail bank on the 9, stick in the cue ball. Straight back on the 7 ball isn't horrible. But your cue ball is coming a little bit too far down the table. Any shot is good if you hit it and hang it in the pocket or make it. Turned out pretty good because he, once again, he didn't leave Sergio crossover, cross corner, where he can put the cue ball and the ball on the side rail. See that Sergio knocks this 9 by his pocket. He's leaving a combination. Again, leaving the combination is not a bad deal if you hang the 9 ball in your pocket.
Nothing, Chris. I mean, Sergio. The guy's on the hill. This one. The other guy's on the hill. This one.
Man, Sergio, excellent speed on the shot. And he got a bad roll. I thought that was going down the center of the pocket. But there's no way you can justify shooting at this combination with that 9 ball hanging in the pocket like that. And Sergio's going to try the same thing, move one of these balls to his side of the table, protect it against the straight back. If Will makes a mistake in how he tries to put these balls back on his side of the table, he might be leaving another cross corner. Not bad. Will hit it a little bit hard. You wanted it where if he moves the 8 ball away, you get a straight back on the 7 ball. Sergio was able to move this 8 to his side of the table, drop down at a short rail without leaving a straight back on the 7 ball. Did leave a straight back on the 8, but there's a kiss here, so I don't think Will's going to shoot the straight back. Well, he did. He missed the kiss. But he didn't hit it that good. He almost left Sergio a cut shot.
Well, he's got to the safe shot is 2 rails.
I think he's going to cut it. I think he can get down in a short rail.
It's a dangerous cut. If he cuts it and scratch it, he's the danger.
Excellent point, Steve. That would have worked out just nice if he would have made that 8 ball and kicked the 7 in, which was fortunate, needing 2 balls. He put both balls in play. Will has to be very careful here. Again, he just banked it over to Sergio's side of the table. It's fortunate not to leave a straight back. Might have left a 3-rail bank. There's a kiss in a 3-rail bank. You got a 2-rail bank on the 7 that Sergio hits real good with this inside English. But he's got to follow it down to the other end of the table here. Got an excellent hit by Sergio there. Great pocket speed. There's no way you can shoot across corner. Just like before when he left Will the combination. When you hang the ball in your pocket, there's no way your opponent is going to take a chance on one of those type shots. So from needing 2 balls, from needing 3 balls, they're down to the last ball each player. Sergio only needs 1. Sergio, the same thing, is going to try to lag this ball close to the corner pocket. The speed was good. He hit a little overcut the ball there. Good shot. You got to get to the other side of the table. I would follow this up with inside English, leave the cue ball on the side rail to the left of the screen, banking the 8-ball to your side of the table, 3 rails, possibly 4 if you hit the side rail. We'll hit another excellent shot. That was another way to play the ball. You knock the object ball and the cue ball to opposite sides of the table, bring the object ball on your side and leaving the cue ball in a spot where there's no apparent shot here. Sergio's just going to cross the ball and knock it to his side of the table. Yeah, come up short on the bank. He's leaving Will a bank straight back here. He might be able to drag this ball, keep from scratching in the corner, or he could follow with inside English, you know, keep the cue ball from scratching. Yep. So Sergio worked real hard and
1-1, no?
You know, 1 shot. Lost the game. The score is 1-1. And Will won the lag, so he's breaking in the 3rd game. Streaming on the internet at live2ustreams.com.
Yeah, I got the card from him earlier.
You can go on the archives and watch these matches anytime you want.
It's a nice match, Sergio. What's that guy named Sergio right now?
You got Will Freeman from Southern Illinois playing Sergio Perez from Chicago, Illinois, in a great match. They're tied 1 game to 1 game. First one to win 3 wins the match. Again, I was just telling some locals that you can watch live on the internet, but if you can't get home quick enough to see the end of this match, you can always pull it up on the archives. Again, we're playing at Red Shoes Billiards in Alsip, Illinois, and you would have to look under Red Shoes. Slight break in the action, folks. Both players are taking a little break in a real grinding match here. Both players have played very cautious until this point. It's Mr. Freeman's turn to break the balls.
He quit me a game up.
Last time Mr. Freeman broke, he didn't break real well. I think he scratched in the corner pocket. Let's see if he corrected himself this time around. Yes, much better break. He hit less of the object ball on the head ball. Came down. Unfortunately, he didn't come up far enough where he left the shot to knock the 3-ball away from the pocket. If Sergio was able to shoot hard at that 3-ball and stick the cue ball, you can feel comfortable hitting the 12, going 2 rails back into the stack and maybe knocking a ball in your pocket here. So he will hit you hard. Turned out he opted to kick at that ball. Looks like he got a fortunate roll there to leave it in the stack if you can't see the 4-ball close by Sergio's pocket. Again, Sergio should be looking over the rack here. The 8-ball looks like it's dead. You shoot the 2-ball into a 3-ball combination, and the 8-ball is dead. Being a straight pool player, you see a lot of shots like that a lot of other disciplines of the game don't make you real good at. You're afraid to shoot them. But at straight pool, you look for them shots and you thrive on them. Sergio tried to leave him straight on this ball so he couldn't do anything with him. Will opts not to knock the ball away at this point. I think he saw that the 8-ball was close to being on, if not dead, and he decided to move it. Smart in his part. Again, Tom Karabotsos from Chicago, Illinois. I've been playing straight pool. Learned from Dallas West, Hall of Famer Dallas West from nearby Rockford, Illinois. If you want to become a good straight pool player, go play with Dallas like I did. I went once a week for 3 years. The guy ran so many balls while he was practicing with me that I got splinters from all the racking. We switched from the wooden rack after a while. It was just too painful. And I'm not exaggerating. Sergio seems to have a free cross-corner bank where he's going to try to drop the ball into behind the stack, leaving an off-angle combination. This combo might be on if you go rail first close to the ball, or possibly bank the ball off the rail into the other ball. There's a couple ways to play the cue ball here. You can go rail first or shoot it straight into the rail. Will made a shot, knocked a couple balls by Sergio's pocket, but he can make a nice bridge here and knock these balls away. Yeah, it's almost a shot where you can bank the 9 toward your pocket into the stack, but you definitely don't want to hit the 3 balls that are tied up and open up a shot that goes into Mr. Freeman's pocket. And Sergio didn't like his situation. He chose to play a simple safety shot, which wasn't aggressively moving any balls to his pocket, but it gives you a pass, to the next situation where, possibly you might have a better chance to play an aggressive shot. Sometimes you got to take a pass 2, 3, 4 shots in a row before you can make an aggressive shot to your pocket. And if it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, I really don't when it comes to one pocket, but I know a lot about pool, having run hundreds playing straight pool. And, pool, one pocket, just like any other game, you got to put the balls in the hole. First one to make 8 balls wins. And if you can, pocket balls and get behind balls and put runs of 4, 5, and 6 together, you're going to win a lot of one pocket games. Sergio made a nice bang and a nice cut shot. A thin cut here, trying to run into one of these 2 balls. If he would have ran into the 15, he would have had a nice shot at the 10 ball. He missed the 15, hit a little bit above it, so he didn't have his shot they would like. But some kind of straight back here at your pocket. I think he's going to bank the 3 balls straight back. You should get it close. You need good pocket speed here, and you're probably not going to sell.
And if he makes it, he's still got the combination.
Yeah, and you're not going to sell any cross corners here because the balls are tied up a little bit. And that's what Sergio's looking at now, whether he's going to leave a cross corner on one of the higher balls, the 6 or the 14, possibly the 11. It's always good to be careful. If he thought he was selling out, maybe he banks the 6 ball instead. Again, hanging it up in your pocket here definitely allows you a pass and maybe getting a free ball or 2. On the other table, we got Jet playing Bob Hunter.
Made the ball, too.
And Sergio did bank that ball and make it. And left the cue ball all the way down to the other end of the table, which was an excellent shot. And sometimes you don't want to make those balls. You'd rather hang it. Sergio made it, and he might bank the 13 cross corner with a nice draw. You don't have to make this 13, just maybe bank it into the 1 ball or just past the 1 ball, and you're putting it in a strong position. And you need a nice touch with a draw stroke so you don't scratch it. Pretty good. He didn't get it past the 1 ball, which didn't put it in a strong position. Wolf will probably bank that ball into the stack and stop the cue ball. But he's got to worry about knocking a combination or something back toward Sergio's pocket if he does do that. We're down to 4 players now. You got Bobby Hunter playing another local favorite, Jet, on the table next to the TV table. Yeah, so we're down to 4 players in the tournament. The winner in table 16 is going to play the winner of the live stream table, and then the winner of that will play the winner of the hot seat match that we're watching right now. Good speed on the cross corner. Will hung it up. Again, Sergio, if he banks across corner here, he's looking to just make one ball. You know, if he shoots the lower ball on the 14. If it's possible to make the 15, he can go up table, play position on the 1 or the 5. Again, knocking that 10 ball out of pocket might be tough. So we'll see if Sergio walks this cue ball, how he plays whether he plays aggressive or takes another pass here. I think Sergio can't see both sides of the 10 ball either. Otherwise, he'd be knocking the 10 ball away from the pocket. I think the bank in the 15 gives you the most reward, but you got to worry about banking the 15 and into the edge of the 14. 14 seems to be obstructing some of the pocket. And you can see the bracket of the tournament and how everybody did in the tournament in our on the website also. Sergio knows what a critical shot this is. He wants to make sure he takes the right shot. Sometimes, you know, you're just in a spot where you got to shoot. I call it a desperation shot in one pocket because that's all you have, and many of matches have been lost on the desperation shot. Sergio tried to shoot the 14 into the 10 ball, pocketing the 10 ball or possibly knocking both balls out of there. But the double kiss did not work in his favor and left the 10 hanging for Will. Will still has to play position off this ball. He opted to go rail first, but he didn't get around that lower ball. I would have did something different there. I know Will would like to have that shot back because you're supposed to get more than one ball from that spot. Sergio checked out to see if there were any straight bags. He was kind of snookered on the 9 ball, so he was shooting the 15 away from, you know, up the table to his side, of the 2 rails to the side. I don't believe he wants to be aggressive. 2 rail bank this, try to make it because you might hit the 5 or the 14 ball and sell out 3 or 4 balls. To Will. But, you know, Sergio's excellent at this 2 rail bank, holding it up with inside English, so he might play more aggressive than we think. Yeah, it was a nice cue ball where he stayed inside the 4 and 5, not selling out on it. Might have possibly almost got lucky and protected the ball that he shot near the corner there, the 10 ball, the 12 ball. But Will can see it, he's going to knock it away. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a 15 ball. Will got very lucky there. Double kiss, ended up okay. Take over a little bit, a little bit. You got Sergio double banking it by his pocket. And the problem with that shot, you hit it too hard, you knock it back to the other side. The speed has to be absolutely perfect in that shot. I think Sergio was a little frustrated and his opponent got away with the last shot. his speed a little bit short. Would have been better if he freezes him up on the 2-ball. But that's a shot where you probably should just stuck it right there. I would have shot the 15 ball. I thought it was a good shot that you can run into the 9 ball. You know, like I said, when you play a lot of straight pools, you're used to going one rail into the bottom of the rack or into the balls, where you got to hit a certain ball in order to get shots. You really had to go one rail into the 9 ball. Will got a shot out of Sergio, and he took advantage of the cross corner combination, which was a free shot. Again, if he can spin up into the 9 ball, he'll have more shots. If you got to think, if you're going to miss those balls, where are you going to end up? Probably would have wanted to hit it harder there, so you can, possibly get on the 5 or the 14, or hit it a little softer, so he can leave himself the cross corner on the 2 ball, because it looked like you weren't going to get a chance, to hit the 9. Will made another nice bank shot, and he's going to try to do the same thing again here. It seems to be working pretty well. If you got the range and a bank, it's nice to get 2 of them in a row. 2 excellent shots that looked easy from Will. Again, Will just fired another straight back. Didn't look like much, but that was a run of 5 balls and out by Will. We'll take a little break in the action while Sergio racks the balls and breaks them. He's behind in the match 2 games to 1.
One hand of poker.
Interesting. It looks like I missed a few shots over here. Sergio broke the balls, and Will must have answered with an excellent shot here, frozen behind the ball right near his pocket. Again, Sergio already has a ball near his pocket, the 3 ball, so he doesn't have to put another ball there necessarily if he can. You already have a powerful ball. You just have to protect this 3 ball. And going, rail first, or going off the edge of the ball, even taking a scratch in this situation, as long as you're leaving that ball by your pocket, it's not bad. He did opt to take the scratch, but I think it's a well-played shot.
I think a better play would have been if he would have went the rail. Just hit the cue ball by the side pocket and all the way up the rail. Protect more balls that way.
Excellent shot by Will. He knocked the 3-ball away from the pocket. Sergio here might be able to bank, the ball near his pocket straight back. Leave the cue ball down the table. But he's looking to move more balls toward his pocket if he can. Will's left him in a tough position behind the 11 ball, which doesn't allow him to move those balls near his table. So he is going to shoot the straight back and try to lead him up the table. Not very easy. You got to worry about scratching in the side pocket here. And so you got to go through the ball, not glance over it. Sergio opted not to try to straight back, worrying about the scratch, and then just left him down the table off the edge of the ball. Cross corner bank here, you're going to hit the 11 ball. You better hit the inside of the 11 ball so you don't sell out. Will might have gotten real fortunate here and that left Sergio anything but a couple off-angle combination shots here. It looks like he's got a combo on a 9-7 or the 115. He's looking at both those shots right now. He hates. You hate for your opponent to get away with something like that, but that doesn't mean you gotta shoot a wild shot just because you feel a shot was owed to you in that situation. He did it one time, he'll sell out again. Will had no choice but to roll the ball, take a scratch, come to the other side of the table. A lot of times the right move in one pocket is to take the foul. You saw both players take a foul in this rack. Again, Sergio's in a bad spot. He can't see the 5 ball to bank it into the back into the stack. Move balls over by his pocket. The 2 balls on the rail, he can't really get behind them that easily. Tough situation here. You might have to take a pass, see if he can get something better to be more aggressive the next time. Sergio's looking at kicking at the back of the stack. That's not a bad shot also. You can kick into the 9 ball or the 6 or the 10. Leave your opponent up table and you're probably not going to sell out. Sergio just said, I'm going to move these 2 balls away from the pocket. It looks like he's going to try and move the 13 and the 3 both away from the pocket. Trying not to sell out the cross corner on the 7 ball. Wow. He felt that he had to shoot that ball into the pocket in order to avoid selling out, knowing that that ball would be spotted up because his opponent owned the ball. Sergio also owes the ball from an earlier stretch. The bad thing is Sergio gave up the ball and still let him see the 7 ball. Bad mistake there. Sergio was fortunate he wasn't able to move a lot of balls near his pocket there. And Will was fortunate that he didn't leave a straight back, a chance for Sergio to move that ball near or an easy cross corner. The 5 is bankable, but you got to worry about the 5 hitting the 3 ball or the 7 ball. selling out a shot to your opponents. I know the players, the tournament started at noon today. It's already after 1 o'clock in the morning, after midnight. Players are starting to get tired. And, you know, these tournaments tend to be marathons. You got to be good on your feet. You got to keep your concentration from long periods of time. And it really is a grind. A friend of mine, Jerry Tarantolo, he's got a New York City grind on a website that he talks about the grind in New York City of all the pool tournaments that side of the United States. He's a great guy, takes a lot of pride in what he does, has some excellent insight to different pool matches on the Northeast coast. You should check out his website when you can. Sergio made a nice shot, almost pocketed the ball near his pocket, but he wasn't really paying attention to the cue ball as much. Looks like Jet's got his voice over there at the other table. He beat Bob Hunter, and he's already doing the mental strategy for his opponents on the live stream table right here. Beautiful two-rail bank with protection by Freeman. He's definitely making his move in this match, playing aggressive. He's starting to feel the game coming to him, and looks like he's going to be tough to beat 2 games in a row for Sergio to advance to the hot seat. Once again, the loser is going to be playing Jet, and the winner of that match with Jet will play the winner of the hot seat. We're down to 3 players, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent shot by Sergio. He knocked balls over to his side of the table. Got a little bad roll where he hit the point in the side pocket and came out and left a shot at the 6th ball. I think we'll have to be a little goofy to shoot the 6th ball because he's going into the 8 and might not get a shot at the 11 or the 10. You have to take this 5 ball out of the corner pocket. I didn't like the speed which he opted to try and knock the 5 out of the pocket. He tried to hit the 5 full and stick the cue ball at a high speed. There's no reason to hit the ball that hard. A lot of excitement at Red Shoes tonight. It's a Saturday night. You have the local clientele. Every table in the house is going. The bar is full. We have excellent food here at Red Shoes, and you can get a Polish sausage, fries, and a drink for $5, tax included, or you can get a great half-pound Angus burger for $7 with fries and a drink included. and they will refill your drink at no charge. It's like Will has to play. He's playing a combination of 6-ball and leaving a cue ball safe. Came dangerously close to scratching right there. Sergio needs to take control of this game back. He's making Will too confident. Will's firing all them straight backs. Sergio could make the 11 back cross into the pile, go off the 8-ball to the short rail. You might shoot off the 11, try to get behind the 6. You might just leave all that alone and try to bank another ball by your pocket. But whatever you do, don't move that 2-ball because it's a good ball for you. I try to stop the cue ball shooting into the 9-ball. Bank the 9 2 rails and try and knock the 2-ball away from the table. Will tried to kick at another ball. Again, he didn't hit the ball full and he sold out. Sergio put 1 rail into the 8-ball. I hit it hard and just smashed these balls up. You should have a shot at the 13. He glanced off the pack. Had pretty good speed on it. But I think that was the time to really hit him hard and go after the pack. Gotta look at this combination on the 13. It could be a shot where you can spin into the 9-ball and make it a free shot. Another shot, you can shoot the 15, drop him behind the 9-ball. You shoot the 11-ball, you're betting the game on it. You shoot the 2-ball, you're betting the game on it. Shoot the 1-ball. Looks like he's got a pocket on the 1-ball too. Roll up into the stack. You're leaving the cross corner on the 12, which wouldn't be bad, but very hard to execute frozen rail. Sergio's just going to go into the side of the 9 real soft, rail first, and try to drop behind the ball. Pretty good 3-cushion shot. We call that a ticky when you're playing 3-cushion. And he hit it pretty well there. Sergio finally made a ball, and he's even from the first scratch he took early in the game. The score is 3-0 in favor of Will Freeman. He leads this match 2-1. And seems to have a lot of the momentum going his way at this point. Yeah, one good shot by Sergio, he could turn the momentum of this match around. Will is stalking the table at this time. I like his intensity at the table, and I think he's going to be good here. Quite a nice aggressive shot. Moved a lot of balls over to his side. Sergio almost dropped the cue ball below the 6-ball, which would have allowed for none of that. He didn't, and boom, we'll turn this, turn all the balls around here. Now Sergio has to answer and turn the balls around again. He had a little bit of room there to make the cross corner, cut it in, left himself a combo, another shot at the 9. This time he can go ahead and hit it soft to 9 and run into the 12-ball. I don't like this combination. I think it's a tough shot. You can cut the 2-ball in. go into the 10 ball and have shots. You can cut the 9 ball in and have shots. Um, you make the combination, you'll have lots of shots. That's the best shot, but the hardest to make. Very nicely done by Sergio there. He shot the combination. He should be able to run a lot of balls here. Nope. Careless and bouncing off the rail. He's got to chop this ball in backwards, and this cue ball can go anywhere. Hit a ball full, hit a couple balls full, and kept the cue ball from running down to the other end of the table. But it doesn't look like he left himself a whole lot of good shots. Where if he was, just a little more careful in playing position or shot the other ball first, he would have ran a lot of balls here. Possibly ran the game out. Still has a cross corner, but now you're dealing with a kish. Sergio banked the ball. Bank speed was a little bit off. Left a free cross corner for Will. Might bank the 2. Looks like he could be kicking at the 6 ball. Was fortunate with a double kiss there. Not allowing Sergio to get this ball out of the pocket. The score is 4-3 Sergio. He should have had all 8 there. Now it's going to be 4-4, and it's anybody's ball game. Snack the 5 away from the table. Try to leave the cue on the short rail so you're not selling out the cross corner. We got my good buddy Horace playing my other buddy Mata on table number 1 near the counter. Actually, it's table number 14 at Red Shoes. Has the most spectators all the time. My friend Horace is better known as Watusi Slim. Excuse me, I'm allergic to pool chalk. Not a good thing when you've been playing pool your whole life. Yeah, again, the jukebox is playing at Red Shoes, and you might hear a little bit of background music. Again, we'll get another favorable kiss on a ball that Sergio would have been very easily been able to take it out of his pocket. Last time on the 6 ball, he was fortunate, and this time again on the 15, he got a double kiss. This time, Sergio can kick the ball out of the pocket, but he has to be careful. Just a few passes by both players here, trying to get better position for a more aggressive shot. Sometimes you guys shoot 3 or 4 passive shots in a row before you get something that you can play aggressive. Looks like Sergio won this battle. He can two-rail the 15 ball toward his pocket, but he does not want to sell out the 14 here. He had actually, if he was straighter on the ball, or a little bit more to the right from our vantage point, he could bank it and bring the cue ball back across the table. Now he might try to hold it up and draw inside the 14 for position on the 1 ball. It was a good effort. He wasn't able to draw back inside for the 1 ball, so he left him on the rail where he has to think twice about shooting at the 14. And this 14 is no free shot here. But what you did here was you put Will in such a bad spot. You forced him to shoot, and Will shoots pretty straight. You know.
Would you like to take a picture of me? Me and Tom?
Picture or video?
One more?
That was cute. I can be cute when I want to.
You are cute. Okay. Let me get my... Actually, you want to take a picture of Micah?
Sure. Sergio's trying to cut the ball backwards in his pocket. 3 rails, the cue ball back to the other end of the table. A little thinner hit would have made the ball. Sergio does not have a 3-rail bank here because of the 2 balls on the short rail. I'm not sure what he's if he's going to try to shoot the 3-rail bank or looks against it. You can bank it 2 rails toward the side pocket. If it goes in the side pocket, you've sold out. I think Sergio has to break out. The 5 ball looks like it's tied up with the 14 and come back to the other end of the table, or you might bank the 10 straight back, believe it or not, go cross corner behind the 5 and the 14. And you don't have to make that ball, but all you have to do is get it close. Wow, Sergio made a nice bank there. He actually missed it short. I thought that ball was going to be way long, but the table seems to have shortened up, probably due to the humidity in the room from a lot of people being in here. Came awfully short off that 3rd rail where normally it picks up and running English. Again, a desperation shot by Will. You had Sergio Will couldn't do anything but shoot. He was very fortunate that he came back across the table, ran into the ball by Sergio's pocket, and somehow got behind it. I can't believe it. Sergio can't believe it. I might shoot the 11 straight and stick the cue ball right there. Go ahead and maybe spot a ball if you have to. If you can stick it right on the one ball, you're protecting the ball near your pocket. Or you may be able to see the outside of one with a little bit of curve and leave you back up the table. Again, you may have to shoot a little bit of curve on these shots to hit the edge of the ball you want. And then if you hit it thinner because you're curving the ball, you can easily scratch in the corner pocket. If he could have seen the one ball, he had a lot he could have did. Could have drew to the side rail and got behind the balls. But you see how that very thin hit, you're going close to that corner pocket, you got to be careful. And Will's just going to kick this away from his pocket. Seemed like that kick was a lot better than some of the other ones he did. Now Sergio might have a 2-rail bank, knocking the 5 ball near his pocket. He's going to have to play it off the other ball, and that other ball shouldn't go too far because he's just hitting it thin. Didn't contact the ball at all, but he hit it with enough speed where he was fortunate enough to get to the other end of the table. See if he sees the 11 ball and can knock it away. It's a game of inches, folks. Game of inches. He saw the 11 ball, was able to knock it away. Can Sergio see the 14 ball for a free 2-rail bank shot? It's hard to tell from my vantage point. Will's just going to play a passive shot, waste a little time. Now Sergio is a 3-cushion player. He's liable to bank this 14 straight back with high inside English and try to hug the rail with the cue ball. Leave it 2 rails and not travel more than a diamond up the table. If you make the straight back, of course you're behind the 5 ball, but very, very difficult shot. I'm glad he decided to take a pass over here too. Will played an aggressive shot at his pocket, but it was a free shot. He did leave a bank for Sergio on the 5 ball. Sergio can't play position off this shot, though. Wow. He did play position. It was a slow spin shot, spinning inside for the 1 ball. That puts Sergio at 6. The 1 ball is going to put him at 7. Little inside English, get on the 10 ball. Again, slow rolling with inside English like that makes the shot very difficult to pocket. But Sergio at least was able to hang it up. Normally you don't want to shoot a ball in the pocket to put your opponent on the hill. But there was no way to follow that ball into the pocket and not sell out the 10 ball. Again, Freddie talked all night about leaving that ball by the side pocket. It's a very powerful position. Notice how Sergio is not even looking to knock that ball away. He's going to let Will do something with it. He rolled that about as soft as you could and got a rail there. He hit it so good he left him jacked up if he wanted to shoot this 10 ball. dangerously close to the corner pocket there. And you want to leave the guy up table, but a little bit too much English, and you can scratch. Now Sergio might try that inside English shot, straight back. Yep, he hit it awfully good there, and hung it up in the corner again almost. This one, I think he can clear out of the pocket. I've seen guys shoot these balls right in the pocket, trying to cut it a little bit and bank it out of there. It's easy to do if you're not careful. Will apparently knows that. He played rail first. Got the ball out there with a forced follow, leaving the cue ball from heading up the table. Another free bank for Sergio. He's trying to hang it up, and he scratched in the corner pocket. The speed was perfect to hang up.
Closer to you.
But he's told me. You can't hear me? Well, we're good. Here we go. Will has ball in hand, shooting a spot shot. You shoot the spot shot, you want to run into that ball that's close by Sergio's pocket. A lot of times you can knock it back over by your side of the table. He was able to pull that spot shot with a good draw and leave a cross corner, looks like. Even better. I didn't think that ball had a rail there for a cross corner. Score is 6-5 in favor of Sergio. He trails this match 2-1. This game will advance Will to the winner's bracket hot seat. Sergio needs to win this game to stay alive and force a deciding third game. Shaking. Again, all night long, that particular crossover straight back, Will has been right on the money with. He's made half a dozen of those in this match. Maybe Sergio shouldn't leave him that anymore. Looks like he's going rail first on a kick shot. No, he was able to shoot that away, but he pocketed the ball and might have left some kind of straight back for Sergio. Each player needs 2 balls. It's 6-6. Sergio's looking at a straight back here. And going with a little inside English up the table. This guy, I hope he doesn't kiss the ball here, though. Sergio saw the possible kiss, and he's reassessing the situation and what he should do. Again, he loses this game. The match is over. Now, if Sergio pockets the 2 ball, it just spots up with the 14, and he's able to pocket the 2 at this point, because there's already a ball on the spot, and not leave a shot for Will. If he wouldn't have done that and moved the 14 away, he wouldn't have that option open to him. And at some point, he's going to have to pocket that ball and leave Will a shot. Will would like to pocket this ball also, you know, stay right there, but it doesn't look like he has an angle to pocket it. He did. Sergio has two options. He can hit the right side of the head ball and go to the side rail and down to the bottom rail, possibly knocking a couple balls on his side of the table, or you can bank the bottom ball cross corner, but you know, in the position that he is, it's hard to get a good bite out of the cue ball where you could spin it with right-hand English. But Sergio's making sure that ball is spotted correctly. Again, spotting the ball is very important. Sergio wants the balls frozen for a reason. Again, if the balls aren't frozen, they won't travel as far when he runs into the head ball. And he wants to make sure that the third ball in the spot is coming back up table as far as possible. Looks like Sergio is ready to shoot now. We'll see what he took all his time spotting these balls just to go off the edge of the ball and do that. Cue ball traveled a little further than he would have liked on that shot, leaving Willis straight back. But if Will has to run into these two balls shooting it straight back, that's not good. He's looking at the combination straight back also. It's not bad, but he can clear these two side balls and leave Sergio on that rail with the straight back. Again, excellent shot. He leads the game 7-6. Will needs 1 ball for the match. Sergio needs both the balls on the table to win. Looks like Will's going to play aggressive and cut the ball toward his corner pocket. I don't see what else he can do. Hit it real thin. Did a good job of leaving the cue ball on the end rail. The only aggressive shot I see is Sergio cutting this ball in the corner and playing 4-rail position on the 14. The other aggressive shot that I think is a little better is banking the 14 cross corner. You know, but Sergio's going to give it a pass at this point. Nicely dropping down to the short rail. The score is 2-1 in favor of Will Freeman. He needs 1 ball to win the match. He has 7. Sergio Perez has 6 balls. He didn't hit him hard enough to make that ball straight back because he didn't want to do anything but leave these balls on his side of the table. Excellent shot by Will, frozen on the rail. He was able to do something to further his position. We have excellent music on the jukebox here at Red Shoes Billiards. We're listening to some vintage rock songs by Queen right now. We've heard all sorts of other great songs earlier today. I think the music on the jukebox is very important. It can't be all one-sided, and you can't go wrong with the easy listening type stuff. Home run, double point, almost scratched. Beautiful cross corner. This match is over. The winner of the hot seat, Will Freeman. Our next match is going to be Jet versus Sergio, two local players here in Chicago, both playing excellent in this tournament. And whichever one wins this match should give Will a tussle in our final. I expect to see an excellent final. Signing off is Tom Karabotsos from Chicago, Illinois. Chicago Tom, Director, World Series of Pool, WSOPool.com. Check us out. We'll be near you near your pool hall anytime.
Don't go nowhere. You got about 3 more matches.
Might have just won me somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
I turn around, you guys are quick, fucking confused that.
Oh.